Alright, so I am going to do a video of the good, the bad, and the ugly of motherhood. We all know that we love our children, but there are good parts, bad parts, and definitely ugly parts. We all know there are. There's no hiding it. If anybody tells you that motherhood is a breeze and it's beautiful and everything's good, they're lying. At least in my instance. I do love my children, don't get me wrong, but good Lord. So anyways, I'm going to start out with the bad, go to the ugly, and then leave off on a good note. Alright, so bad parts. I would have to say the lack of sleep that I get. So now that I've had my daughter, I probably get about 3 to 4 hours of sleep. I'm always exhausted. There are sometimes that I'm even like falling asleep in the morning on the couch while my son runs around. That probably sounds like horrible and nice. Probably sound like, oh God, you're a horrible mom. You're falling asleep with your children awake. Oh my God. But when my body wants to shut down, my body wants to shut down. So, number one, a bad part about being a mom, no sleep. Number two, lack of taking care of myself. I shower about 5 minutes at night before I go to bed because if I did it in the morning, my son would get into everything and my daughter would probably cry. So I do it at night when they're both asleep. And plus it helps me relax and wind down before I go to sleep. I haven't had a pedicure or manicure probably 2 months before my daughter was born, so 6 months. You know, things like that. Like I don't polish my nails. I don't do any of that. I don't have time. I don't wear makeup. I don't have time, you know, so I really didn't wear makeup, but I kind of did my eyes and stuff like that, but I just don't have the time now. If my husband wasn't working nights, I probably would, but because he works nights, I'm pretty much, the caretaker of the children. So anyways, number 3. Brain farts. Because of the lack of sleep that I get, I feel like my brain is always jumbled, not knowing what I'm doing. I forget bills. I forget everything. So, unless I write it down or you continuously tell me what I'm supposed to remember, I always forget. Whether or not you have kids or a mom or a dad, this probably applies to you sometimes, that there's not enough time in the day. God, I feel like there's never enough time in the day. I've been wanting to do this YouTube video probably all day, and I'm finally now doing it at 10:30 at night while my children are asleep, which I should be taking a shower and going to bed, but instead I'm doing a YouTube video. Because I do think that I deserve some time to myself before I go to bed, That is one thing that I make sure I do is I have time for me. At night for about an hour, which you're probably going, well, then you could do your nails, and then you could do that. Well, no, I just want to sit down and go and breathe for a minute. Number 4 about being a mom is people telling you how to raise your children. I friggin' hate that. I hate it so much. I think that I'm doing a pretty good damn job and that I don't need you to tell me how to do my job. Like, and how to take care of my children. I know how I want to take care of them, and I know how I want to provide for them and teach them and, all that stuff. So, for someone to sit there and go, my mother-in-law, you don't need to have more children, blah, 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 blah. You have enough. I have 2 kids. So what if I want more? I don't want more tomorrow, maybe 3 to 4 years. How dare you tell me that I can't have more kids? Like, you have some lockdown on my uterus. Are you kidding me? Whatever. Or, somebody going, you'll get tired of breastfeeding. Blah, blah, blah. You've had such a horrible time. So what if I've had struggles? I love breastfeeding. I love it so much. I feel horrible that I couldn't do it with my son because there's so many difficulties, more so than with my daughter. But I love breastfeeding my daughter. It's the greatest bond ever. Anyways, so telling you how to raise your children, being worried all the time. I'm such a worrywart now. I never used to worry. And now I'm just like, oh my god, what's this rash? What's this bump? What's this scratch? Why are you coughing? Why are you sneezing? Why are you vomiting? Things like that. So I'm always worried all the time. And the next one, I forget now, is money. Whether or not you have kids or not, there's never, ever, ever enough money to go around. It sucks. This next one is kind of a funny one. I don't know if everybody agrees with this or whatever. I'm sure there are some women out there that want to smack your husband. Now that you have kids, you're like, why? Why are you acting like that? Like, my husband cusses. That's number one. So now my 2-year-old can say the F-U-C-K word, shit. And he knows how to imply them. Like, he pushed the vacuum cleaner over the other day. Ah, shit. I was like, oh, great. That's all we need you to say. So, and another one is not technically his fault, but it doesn't make me want to smack him any less. He works nights, so when he comes home, he goes to bed, and I'm getting up pretty much. So, he's laying there snoring, and I want to smack him because I want to go to sleep. And again, it's not his fault because, I mean, he's doing a wonderful job working nights, and he brings in a lot of money for us, but I still want to smack him because I want to go back to bed. Another bad part is the never-ending house chores. I hate doing house chores, and the fact that they never end and are never endless. It's like a rotating circle. I hate it so much. Another one is so unavoidable, but I hate it so much, is the gorgeous women on TV. I already feel frumpy and gross, and for you to sit there and see these gorgeous women on TV when you're watching the Tyra Banks show, where, you know, John and Kate +8, or Tori and Dean in Love, or whatever, go to Hollywood. It sucks because these women that have babies, twins nonetheless, look like, you know, 10 times better than they did before they even got pregnant. It's like, this sucks because I still look like a frumpy old Mother Hubbard sitting in my house eating bonbons, and you know, when I wish that I had that money to get a trainer and a new wardrobe and flat abs and all this other crap that they have. So that's another bad part, is the gorgeous women that have children, no stretch marks, and have a perfect body shape after they have kids. So unrealistic, but it happens, and it sucks. Another bad part, I don't know if this happens to everybody, but it's happening to us, is no sex. I don't want to have sex. It's the last thing on my mind. I'm doing chores all day, I'm taking care of kids all day, I'm dealing with stupid people all day, and I don't come home and be like, oh yeah, let's get it on. No, I'm like, dude, the kids are asleep, I'm going to bed, I'm tired. Which, you know, it's not really taking a toll on a relationship, really. I mean, that's not a main focus in our relationship, but it makes a relationship. It's an intimacy part, and it sucks that, you know, when you have kids, you can't be as intimate as you were before you had kids. So, anyways, so I'm going to stop this here and then make another part, okay?